The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Yeah. Welcome to Ride Along Live for today. It is Tuesday. On the ride. Yes. Ah, boy. Thank you, and welcome to Ride Along Live today, guys. Interesting day, interesting conversation. As you guys come and go ahead and share up the live. Are you guys having this problem where some pages are just not loading? You're seeing it, but it's just not loading fully. I've been having this problem all day, especially with the Ride Along page. After I post something, I had to wait like hours just to get access back to the page. It's annoying. All right. Anyway, guys, let me do this here because I gotta share up the program. It's that interesting of a day. I gotta share it once. I gotta share it twice because. Well, let me do this before I start to talk because I don't want to look like if I'm not in focus. I'm not paying attention to what you guys are telling me. Let me go through, do some share here, here, and here. Oh yeah, there we go. Nisha, how you doing, Rosemary? Thank you so much. Hey, good night to the folks that's watching, locked on in Ghana. Ghana, how you doing? Thank you so much. Good night to you. My friends in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as I call it, my second home. Both my second and my third home in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Whenever you miss me, say I'm in Grenada, St. Vincent, Aruba, but love St. Vincent bad. So big up to yourself, my family and friends in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Nisha, thank you so much. Everybody share. Yeah, Facebook been really acting up to this past week, this past couple of days, man. It's crazy. Don't understand it. Yeah. Maria, thank you so much. All right, guys. Share it here. I'm still sharing because I don't want nobody say I started. I ain't tag them and I ain't share it on their page. So I'm doing the damn thing right now. Okay. All right, let's go. So I don't know how much you guys been paying attention, right? But there is a viral conversation that's happening on social media right now. And it's probably a good viral conversation because it has to do with calypso. And oftentimes we hear that calypso dying, nobody was studying calypso, you don't hear no calypso. So this have to do with a calypso, right? So that's the good news about it. The bad news about it is that it is on some blogs or some vlogs, it is deeply political and is highly polarized, right? So to help me put this whole thing into perspective is my good friend. I call her my Vinci sister. Adriana King.
Good evening.
How you doing, Adriana?
And good evening to the ride along, folks.
Yes, yes. Big up to the folks in Beckway. See the folks in Beckway
Always
chime in.
good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, hold on. Are you hearing an echo?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so you hear me fine. I'm hearing you fine too. But
Oh,
thought I was hearing a little bit of an echo. All right,
okay. Not.
Adriana. As I said earlier, help me bring this thing into perspective, Adriana, because in a lot of ways, I think it's a good thing that we're speaking about calypso, and people are interested in hearing what we have to say about this calypso and this particular music. In another light, it's very polarized and it's very politicized. Start help my audience to understand what's happening in St. Vincent. Wait, all started with this conversation with Zion I.
Okay. Zion is one of our local calypsonians. And as many would have come to realize by now, that he's one of our fearless calypsonians. Now, last year, Zion brought us the hit song Hypocrite. I don't know if you have that one. And in that song, Zion just blazed fire, just blazed fire, just blazed fire. And after that song, he did an interview with Eyewitness News, which I happened to, I think I shared that with you today. And in that interview, he said plainly, if you think this year I come out hard, which was last year, wait until I come next year. Then is when all are going to see the real Zion.
Mhm.
And he did not disappoint. And that's the reason why we have so much controversy at this point, because Zion came out blazing, whipping, stoning, washing, bleaching, everything.
You know,
He held back nothing.
what I've always said is that the Calypsonian has always been the voice of the people. At least the Calypsonian is supposed to be the voice of the people. It's supposed to be the poor man's newspaper. Whenever something happening on the road, the Calypsonian supposed to be the one that interject their voice into it. The Calypsonian is like an unelected political opposition. I think that that's how you should be seen, right? But
I agree with you.
yes, but this particular story here and how this whole conversation started to transpire, I get in the feeling that, and you could help me out to understand this, that somehow there are some levels that are trying to suppress the Calypsonians. Is that what's happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines right now?
It's not just the Calypsonians, Junior. The government has been on a mission to quiet any and anybody who speaks in an opposing manner or critical manner, even so, to anything that they do. In fact, our Prime Minister, Ralph Gonsalves, on a political platform, said plainly to this country that if you, as a Vincentian, if you disagree with his policies, he is going to come at you and he's going to come at your family. He said this publicly. And maybe Vincentians thought that it was just, the whole political battle. But from what we've been seeing here, and I'm a prime example of this, he really is coming at people and at their families, because my entire family is being targeted by this man. And it's not just my family, there are other families to talk about. The DeFreitas, their names, I can name people.
Hmm.
It's not just to quiet Calypsonians alone, it's to quiet anybody in St. Vincent and Grenadines who steps out and challenges this present administration.
Yeah, because it seems based on what we saw here today, it reminded me of the time you were on in front of Parliament and you were protesting, right? And it seems like there is some kind of silent notion to silence any kind of protest, because the Calypsonian as well could be seen as in protest. You're supposed to agree with the ministers and government. You're supposed to be the voice of the people, and sometimes the voice of the people is opposing to what the government is doing. You don't have to sing, hallelujah, praise the Lord for every government minister. So I was taken aback. I was taken aback a bit, right? And that's just my first impression. I was taken aback a bit when I saw the development and I heard what transpired and how Zion was asked to edit or not sing the song in its original state. He was asked to edit out certain things in his song, and essentially Zion tricked them, right? Zion tricked them. So tell us about the story now. What happened at the Calypso tent? And then I have the clip I'm going to play as well. What's your understanding of what transpired there?
Relayed on radio. So according to the tent manager, owner, I'm not sure what he is, Iper, who is another Calypsonian here, Zion was, before the leadership of the tent, and they asked him not to use the word Ralph in his calypso, and apparently he agreed to sing Raper Man, Oyoyoya, something like that, and went on stage and decided to simply sing his song as is, using the Raper Man Ralph line. And after he did that, Iper went on stage and apologized, and he went on Boom the very next morning and apologized. But Junior, what is concerning to me, and what I think really and truly started pushing this whole one-sided political argument, is the fact that Iper went on radio and apologized, and he only apologized to who he thought was being named in Zion's calypso. Now, let me explain further. The reason I'm saying this is because on that same night, in that same tent, in another calypsonian sang a song called She's Selling Cats, something like that. And in this song, he mentioned, the name Leacock. We also have a parliamentarian here whose name is Leacock. So my thing is, if you're going to assume that the Ralph is the prime minister, how come you didn't assume that the Leacock is the member of parliament as well? How come you didn't offer an apology to Leacock as well as Ralph? How come you only assume that it was just one, politician involved? Hey, how come you didn't make the assumption that there was two? There were two.
Right. Okay, so let's put it into perspective, guys. This is the song. Let me see if I could pull up the song. This is Zion's performance at that particular show. Again, he is implicating a person by the name of Ralph. God knows who is Ralph, which Ralph, because I don't know. This is a clip of this performance.
All you think I joking, feel like come to play. Even though it's jail or symmetry, I ain't really game. Raper Man Ralph, you and Andy Cap Julian, all you mash up the land. Raper Man Ralph, you and that thief man Julian, all you mash up the land. Ole Raper Man, you Raper Man, you and criminal Julian, all you mash up the land. Ding ding, ding ding. Ding ding, ding ding. All you killing people, all you robbing bank, all you thief down NCD, and all you kill Cookshank. Indigenous farmers, you take them make us. Who exporting all of the weed now? Only Kelly Glass. Raper Man Ralph, Raper Man Ralph. You and Cigarette Julian, all you mash up the land. Raper Man Ralph, Raper Man Ralph. You and that chimney Julian, all you mash up the land. Old Raper Man, you Raper Man. You and that sassy Julian, all you mash up the land. Ding ding, ding ding. Ding ding, ding ding. You have the young people.
All right. So that was Lord of mercy. So that was that I performed.
Oh, we have a calypso in my name of Lord of Mercy, yeah?
Lord of mercy.
So be careful.
That was Zionai's performance there. So that what caused all the big talk. So earlier I got a chance to speak to hold on. If I can pull it up. Right. So earlier, yeah, I got a chance to speak with Iper to ask him about this whole situation here. Iper is the tent owner. We spoke extensively for about half an hour. So I'm going to play back the interview. We're going to break it up in segments and talk about it, right? So take a look. This is the interview earlier today with Iper. This first part, we're speaking about what actually transpired. Listening. Right now, on the line with me right now is Mr. Grantley IPA Constance. He is the head of the on-tour Calypso tent in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let's get some clarification on understanding as to what transpired. Mr. Iper, how are you doing, sir?
I'm okay for the time being.
Nice. Thank you so much for coming on to give us some explanation and understanding, broader understanding as what transpired there. Let's start with this point. What really happened? Because we saw the viral video, we saw the viral performance. Bring us back. What really happened?
Well, Ziona is used to be one of the cast member, and at the rehearsal, he is one of the later persons come and rehearsed. You know, he is one of the later persons come and rehearsed, and when we saw the name of the song, we asked him not to sing that. Well, just the name of the song bring us caught some attention, you know, caught us attention. So when we listened to him rehearsing the song, we tell him we can't sing the song like that because it's inappropriate. You know, you're calling a person ill names. The person did not convicted of what he is accusing them of. So it come like a libel statement. Once a person is not convicted of a crime, you can't go in open public and say that person is such, you know. So, you know, it caused some concern. We air it to him. He agreed to change the lines. He told us that his lawyer told him that he has to change the lines also. So we were given the assurance from him that he would sing the lines that would be more appropriate for him to sing.
That you told him to sing.
Not what I told him to sing. He came up with lines.
Okay.
To substitute what he was saying. He was saying, Raper Man, oh yo yo, Raper Man, ay ay ay. So we tell him, well, that is cool, you know, it's more appropriate and so forth for him to say it like that. Lo and behold, at the show, he went back to the same old craft that he had, that we asked him not to sing, and his lawyer, he say, advised him not to sing. He went back to that same old song, which is a deception, you know, because somebody give you the word, they practice the song the song like how they say they would sing it. And at the night of the show, lo and behold, they bring out a different thing to catch everybody off guard and put the whole tent into disrepute, because you can't go and say anything about a person that is inappropriate and it being accepted by the general public or the person who is involved. And I want to say here, I want to apologize to the people who he negatively impacted, the Prime Minister, Julian Francis, and Kelly Glass, all these people name he call in the song. And I didn't even hear in the rehearsal he was calling on those names, you know.
Okay.
But we were asking him to change all those lines, you know what I mean? And he didn't. At the night of the show, he said he would have do that. He didn't do that. And lo and behold, he put in the whole tent into disrepute. And it's a problem now, because I have to now backtrack, and write these people apologies, you know, for the misgivings. That's how it is.
Let's establish you are an artist, so you write your songs, right? You write your
songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
As an artist, if you wrote a song, is it right that someone asked you to change the wording of the song? Would you accept that if it was in your case?
I always does that. I sometimes I give people my song to vet, because I know that they have people with legal advice and legal training to understand the boundaries where you could go. And every songwriter do have a person, well, not I don't want to say every, because there are songs that I write that I didn't take them to vet because of the nature of the song. But if I know I write in a song that is hardcore political, I will make sure that I ask somebody else's opinion, you know, because you in the world and you can't be a one-man army, you know what I mean? Right. You always have to ask persons for advice and so forth, and you might be treading in a direction that you're not too comfortable with, so you ask somebody to give their opinion about that song.
Right.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the political figures that was somehow insulted and embarrassed. I've listened to the song. I heard he said Raper Man Ralph. Now I don't know who is Ralph. Who is Ralph?
Well, if you know who was Julian, another name who he call in the song, you would understand who is Ralph.
No. But what I'm saying is, in the song, in the context of the song, he said, and you wouldn't say, but I would say, he said Raper Man Ralph. Now, I have a friend in Grenada named Ralph, right?
Yeah.
There are many people
who ripping off the country and who thief money from the NCB and all them kind of thing that you could link
but sir,
one to the other.
That's part one. I think he sort of said something that the artist didn't say, right? So
making notes.
yeah. What did you hear?
I actually have a little, writing pad in my hand and pen. I'm making notes because I'm saying to myself, this is very interesting. Now, in Zionai's song, there's nothing there in that song to say Ralph Gonsalves. He never said Julian Francis. He did say Kelly Glass. Now, Iper is saying that Ralph was insulted by Zionai's song. And that if you know who is Ralph and if you know who is Ralph and if you know who is Julian, I like that because that is what is causing the controversy in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that there are people who would say, I know Ralph Gonsalves, I know Julian Francis, and knowing them in a sense that what they know of them are not likable things. So it's interesting that Iper is phrasing all of this like that, because he's not talking about assumptions or allegations here. He's saying that if you know these people, so is it Iper is saying that he knows that these people have committed the things that Ziona is, bringing up in his song, That's what I'm getting from Iper,
And he
that
said
he
at the
knows
end,
them to be guilty.
at the end there, where he said, if you know them and if you know them to reap off the country or something up to that extent. So I'm saying,
Do you
I
understand?
didn't know
Yeah.
him for that. Is that
Well,
a fact?
that is what Iper is saying. That this is what they do.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, there's more. There's more. Let's go on to part two. This is part two of the conversation that I had earlier today with Iper. Isn't a Calypsonian supposed to bring forth the social, economical issues that affecting the people?
But when people are not convicted for a crime, you can't put the crime on that. You can't go and see that. You can't. You have to have boundaries, you know.
Yeah.
Let me ask a question.
Yes.
If somebody is singing their song,
Right.
that you interfere in your own daughter,
Right.
all right,
Yes.
and it is being banded about
Uh-huh.
that you are a child molester,
Right.
all right,
Uh-huh.
how would you feel?
But if he called my name,
Ask a question. How would you feel? How would you feel as a human being?
If he called my name, if he
Yeah.
said Junior George and he implicate me in a situation, then
Let me tell you something. A person don't have to call out your whole name to implicate you.
someone listening this for the first time don't even know he's speaking about anything political, any prime minister in particular. He could be Ralph down the road. He could be Ralph up the road. How?
Well, this is not a situation like that. This is not a situation that you can guess who is Ralph. You know who is Ralph because you have a link with a political party and people who are also in the political party who we call in names.
But then
So,
double entendre.
hold on, brother. Hold on. Let me speak now. Let me speak.
Go ahead.
All right?
Speak. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what is the station you working by?
Right along live, New York.
Okay. So if I say ride along, riding up his mother,
Right.
ride along, riding up his daughter. Anytime she go to sleep, he taking off she clothes and go on she and having sex. How would you feel with that ride along?
I'm like that. Now you see what he has. Oh my goodness, there's a beautiful phrase for this. What Iper is doing there that I cannot remember at this point. It has to do with fallacies, anyways. But he is talking about ride along. We know there's one ride along.
Yes. Yes.
We know there are many Ralphs. So the two do not equate.
Exactly.
They do not equate.
Exactly.
And, he keeps stressing that, if you know Ralph and if you know Ralph. So in essence, Iper is giving a confession for Ralph. This is very interesting.
I felt that way. He did more. He implicated Ralph more than Zion I did.
Yes. But let me give you a little something of where Iper is possibly coming from. I had to go back to this little book here. Vincentians, I love to pull up this book. This book was written by Ralph Gonsalves himself. It's called The Making of the Comrade. Now, over the years, there have been allegations of rape and sexual assault against our prime minister. And in this book, he mentions two of them. Now, I want to read a little something for your audience so that they could understand where Iper is coming from and why many Vincentians are loving this song. Now, Zion has not said to us anything, and he has not linked anything in that song to Ralph. But Vincentians, some of us, and I'm saying us, would love it if it were to be the prime minister himself that he's talking about. I'll be quite honest here. And let me read what is in this book for you. It says, hey, one issue of personal nature arose in early 2008, which tested my strength and character and that of my family. In January 2008, a policewoman attached as an armed security officer alleged through her lawyers that I had raped and assaulted her on the compound of the official residence of the prime minister in the early hours of one morning. Swiftly and publicly, I deny the allegation. It continues. The Director of Public Prosecution, the independent office with the authority to initiate, take over, continue or discontinue criminal proceedings, reviewed the facts of the case and decided to take over and discontinue the private criminal proceedings against me. So that got nowhere in court. In the midst of all of this, another woman filed a private criminal complaint against me. Again, I swiftly and publicly stated the truth, that is that the allegation was false. The DPP, upon a review of the facts, also discontinued this private criminal complaint. Now, what has to be said too is that in relation to the allegation that was made by the policewoman, Ralph Gonsalves, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, came out and said, well, in his statement, that he gave her a reassuring kiss. Whatever hour in the morning the allegations were made, that he left his bed with his wife and went and found this woman and assaulted her, he admitted to the assault. So when Vincentians talk about our Prime Minister, our Ralph, and we talk about rape allegations, and that's what we talk about. We talk about the fact that these things pop up and then the DPP just push them aside and they never aired in court. So they're always just there lingering over his head. Now, back to Zionai's song. This is not a Zionai song. So I don't know why Iper is there saying that if you know Ralph Gonsalves, then this is the Ralph in Zionai's calypso. But it's interesting. I like the way Iper is talking about this whole thing, because Iper seems to be very convinced that he knows Ralph, and because he knows Ralph Gonsalves, he knows that Ralph Gonsalves is a raper man. That's what Iper is saying there. That's what I'm getting.
Earlier, you mentioned this, and I got a chance to look at the clip that you spoke about. Now, there were other performances at that in the tent, and one of the performances that you just is this one. Now, this guy is singing about the cat. That is the one he was talking about, right? By cat, right? And in that song, the same performance on the same stage and the same day as Zionai, he implicated and called the name of a minister. But we didn't hear anything. Listen to this, guys. Listen to this. And I just pointing out some of the obvious things, right? Listen to this.
Cost of living now is a killer. No one can deny. Everywhere we turn in this country, Lord is this in cry. While they boast about economic growth, cost of living right up to its truth. A woman sold out her sheep and goods in order to get support. She know I have a foul cock that she want to kill. In order for her to make ends meet, she can't pay she bills. While the system killing she with back, she decide to sell some domestic cat, telling people out on the street, cat many was the best thing for them to eat. Before she go to sleep, she had to sell some cat for her kids to eat. She had to sell some cat to pay she light bill. She had to sell some cat. While the comrade chatting crap, she still have to sell some cat.
So, I want you guys to keep listening. Right?
Basic things like flour and sugar, she can hardly buy. The system only put in water in poor people's eyes. She can't even buy a cake of soup, don't mention full cream and Quaker's oat. All she can do is to kneel and hope the crime rate in rise no more. The woman said to Leacock, somewhere in Green Hill, a man came and trust some cat from she, and he owing still. Lika tell she, no bother with that. The man love cat, so he must come back. Lika himself began to eat. Licking it on ballin', she cat meat sweet. Before she go to sleep, she had to sell some cat.
All right. So I don't know, in there, he mentioned the present minister, Lee Cock, the opposition side. But I heard nothing about it. I don't even know if Lee Cock made a big stink over this. What is Lee Cock saying? Because Lee Cock's name obviously was mentioned.
No. As a matter of fact, Lee Cock, I heard, was in the tent that night and, went up to him and, threw little jokes after the performance. And that was that. In true Lee Cock style, that was that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's calypso. It's pecan.
Mm-hmm.
It's pecan.
And
It's like that's the voice of the people. That's what you're gonna hear.
exactly. And the thing is, Junior, what I have gathered is that many people, many Vincentians, do not understand the origin of calypso. I think we were talking about, if Zion I could go and perform that song overseas, and and I'm saying, but that's not calypso. Calypso is meant to be the voice of an oppressed people. So if I'm Vincentian and a calypso sings about a song talking about our social issues, it's for me as a Vincentian to identify with that song. A Grenadian listening in might not necessarily understand what the song is saying. Yes, they might be able to identify with certain social ills, but it is our culture. It is our, not just culture story. It is our experience. That's what I'm looking for. It's our experience that is coming through our Vincentian calypsos. Soca is a different thing.
Yes.
But calypso, that is meant to come out of the bellies of the oppressed. That is what the slaves used back in the day. And at times the masses were entertained not knowing that they were being ridiculed or that the slaves were just there, But the fact remains, calypso is born out of oppression. It is born out of pain. It is born out of strife. It is born of somebody's experience.
Absolutely.
It is ours. It is, local specific, if you want to put it that way.
Let's go back to the interview with Iper. This is
Can't wait.
Yeah. It gets better. Are you aligned with the political organization?
If I align with the political organization,
Are you aligned with the political organization?
I align with nobody. The only person I align with is my family.
Right.
You hear me, brother? I'm an independent. Hold on. You want to be talking all the time, Whenever you ask me a question, you want to be answering it as well.
Okay.
And if you want to do that, I'll stop the interview.
Go ahead, sir.
No. If you think that I am aligning with any political party, you're making a mistake. Hold on. You asked me a question if I align with a political party.
I asked a question. Yes, that's what I did.
Yes, so let me answer you.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I was up in Lot Village singing for the other party.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? You hear what I'm saying?
Right.
If I was aligned with any political party, I wouldn't go on a platform with the other party and do entertainment rendition for anybody else. You hear me? Because I am aligned with that party. I'm not like that. I am a man who put in my country before anything else. You understand what I'm saying? And there are boundaries you could go, and you have to have lines where you can't cross. And I wouldn't like nobody, you understand, to say Iper is a raper man, Iper is a thief man, and you tell me, oh, I didn't say Grantley Constance. That is negative. And I don't even understand why you figure that a person could call one of your name, and because they ain't call out your whole name, that you don't have no binding to that. That is not so at all.
But Iper,
hear me? Let me hear you.
This has been happening in Calypso for eons, for years. This is not new. Now, what you're doing, and my observation of what is being done, is that somehow the Calypso tent is attempting to muzzle the artists.
Right? You got it wrong.
Okay.
There are boundaries. I'm telling you, there are boundaries.
But
There
it
are
is
things you could
art.
say and things you cannot say.
Okay, so there are things that you cannot say that there is a no say in terms of calypso. I mean, again, I'm not from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm not politically aligned to any political party. I'm just asking the question, right? You don't think that it is overriding the art, because the art's supposed to be what comes from within, what comes from the particular artist. You are telling him you cannot say this, you cannot say that.
Let me ask a question. You know how calypso come about? Calypso came about when the slaves been singing on the massa, and the massa laughing and enjoying himself, and he don't even know that the slave is having the last laugh.
Right.
So people like you, who figure that other people have an agenda, you must understand the roots of where calypso come from. Hold on. Hold on a while. You must understand that calypso is an art.
Exactly.
It's not a quarrel. Wait, no brother. Calypso is not a quarrel. If you want to have a quarrel with somebody, you go along the road and you have a quarrel. The art of calypso is that you must write a song, sing a song. You have your way of putting it over without the person being affected by it personally. You understand what I'm saying? You could sing that. We have most of the people in our tent, right, singing social commentary. We have the man sick. He have a social commentary, biting social commentary. We have Abijah. He have a biting social commentary. You understand what I'm saying? And they're not crossing the lines. I hear Abijah use some lines more insultive than where Zaina is using, but nobody can hold Abijah to saying that Abijah is defaming anybody. I hear Abijah have lines. Hear a line Abijah have in his song. He say people went to the cemetery, and when they think they're gonna charge them for witchcraft, they get a bitch and walk overseas. Them is big lines. And when you understand calypso, you would know what I'm speaking about, but you have no idea of what calypso is about. All you're trying to do is to create more stir than what is happening. Because calypso is calypso is an art.
Exactly.
And it's not a quarrel. No, what you're looking for is a quarrel.
No.
You're looking for people to get in contention with the law.
No,
because there's certain things you could say. Let me tell you something. Where you there in New York, right? You might say, I want to shoot Joe Biden and they lock you up. But you can't go in England. Hold on. You can't go in England and say you're going to kill the king. They hang you.
Iper, that is different.
Don't tell me it's different.
It is different.
You can't tell me it's different. It seems as though you could say anything anyway.
Iper.
But you can't say anything anyway.
You said it right, Calypso is an art.
Exactly. So why you want to come in? Why you want to come in my platform? Why you want to come? Why you want to come on a Calypsonian platform and have an argument?
Because my face is saying too much. Really a seasoned Calypsonian talking? I am embarrassed. I am embarrassed.
Listening to Iper, I wanted to allow him to speak and continue to speak, because I continue to say to my mind, he's really showing and implicating, I think.
And he's very emotive. He's so
emotional about it, and he got even more emotional about it when I asked him if he's aligned with a political organization. It was just a question. It was a question. It wasn't me saying you align to a political organization, because I don't know. I'm asking him, but he got very, very confrontational after that.
It's a fair question to ask, especially saying that you're saying, you as an Iper, you're saying that this song is targeting somebody politically. So it's a fair question to ask him. Again, he's mixing things, because here he's saying, if somebody says that Iper is X, Y, and Z, then we can't expect him to not think it's him. Obviously, it's you, it's Iper. Because again, There's only one Iper that I know of here in St. Vincent and Grenadines. So yes, if somebody were to use your name, Iper, they don't have to say Grantley, whatever your name, Constance, I think his name is. They don't have to say Grantley Constance. Once they say Iper, we know it's you.
Right.
But then again, if you're using that with a Ralph argument, it doesn't stand because we have many people named Ralph.
True.
Many.
True.
So on that basis, that argument will be thrown out. Then he talks about what calypsonians can't sing. And I'm there thinking, so there is censoring calypso. That's what we're doing. So yes, suffer, but you can't suffer like this. You have to suffer and say it nicely. Or a word he used on Boom Radio was comfortable. And that really hurts me because I've never heard that calypso is supposed to make somebody comfortable.
True.
But there was Iper on radio saying that Zion was told to sing in a way to make us comfortable. And then he went and sang in a way to make us uncomfortable. Something like that. And I'm there thinking, comfortable calypso, comfortable. Calypso and comfort are like oxymorons.
Yeah.
Comfortable calypso. No. That any true calypsonian would be able to say clearly. Calypso is to create a stir. It's to create discomfort. You have to become uneasy when you hear a certain thing because it is that what you might call it there. This that magnifying glass on your society, so that even if you did not stop and look at this thing that is happening in these 2-3 minutes when I'm on stage, you're going to examine these things. I am going to make you uncomfortable. I am going to make you look long and hard at what's happening around you, the things that you're ignoring, the things that we need to fix. That is how I was taught calypso is supposed to function, not to make people comfortable.
Yeah. And oftentimes the politician would take that in and better themselves or become, better their constituency because they actually care more. Yes. Yeah. I want to play back the final part because this final part is mind-boggling, to say the least. But I'll do for a commercial break. Let's take a quick commercial break and we come back. And we also have
my writing part.
We have a response from Zion as well. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Wednesday 2023, simply the baddest. Launch date Wednesday, June 7th, the night before the holiday. Pearl's Airstrip, more vibes, more artists, much more girls, big bad DJs. Adequate parking, lights and security. Every Wednesday, June 7th until Carnival, 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. Hot Wednesday, Pearl's Airstrip, the only fete where stars are born. A Big Pumps 8
When your choice, class, and taste says luxury, visit JTS Luxury Home. With our spring into summer sale, all overstocked items must go. We stock a wide assortment of modern furniture, bedding, and home decor. The sale runs into midsummer or while stocks last. JTS Luxury Home, 467 Thomas Boylan Street, between Pitkin and East New York Avenue in Brooklyn, where opulence meets affordability.
What will happen to Zion? I know. Would he be performing in the tent, or is he banned from the tent?
Well, I guess he will perform on your show because you have a space for him to showcase his talent.
Listen, it's not a fight. I'm just asking the question.
Well, I'm telling you, you have to get a different platform for that song. Can't sing that song in our tent.
So he's banned. He's banned from your tent.
I don't talk on it. I say he has to get a different platform to sing that song.
Okay.
He can't even go. He cannot even go on the opposition platform and sing that song.
Okay.
You hear me?
Okay.
You know something what I peeved about?
Uh-huh.
The people who are offering Zion a line of what I must say, of rescue. They must make a tent for Zion. You understand what I'm saying? And then whenever he get implicated, you all would have the money to help him out and help yourselves out to deal with it. Because since that song been sing in the tent that I am the leader of, I have to be running up and down, in and out, to do letters of apology. You understand what I'm saying? It is not you who doing it, it's I who doing it. And I want you all to put him on all the platform. So he could sing these same words. You understand? And your television or radio station, what you have. Well, you're not living in St. Vincent, so you don't understand. Let me tell you something. St. Vincent have become.
Listen. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Don't go where?
But I'm not living in St. Vincent. I'm much Caribbean, St. Vincent, Grenada. I'm sometimes probably more so in St. Vincent than any other.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, all those platforms that you accustomed to, let him go. You ever hear Adriana sing a song like that? You ever heard Inspect sing a song like that?
You are transposing. That is not Adriana. That is not his platform. That is not what he sing about. But you want him to
sing everything.
But you want
Adriana to sing everything. I know Adriana.
You want him to sing what you want him to sing. That's what he
wants. No. I ain't want nobody to sing what they want to sing.
You want
it's not like that. I don't tell people what to sing. Well, I don't tell them what they can't say on my platform.
Obviously, you want him to sing what you want him to sing.
No, right? You're getting it wrong. Okay. I said on the platform that I am the leader of,
right,
they have boundaries. And you can't surpass those boundaries without being penalized.
Okay.
All right?
You can't sing a certain song, otherwise you get banned from the tent. I get it. Anyway,
listen what you know the manage. Well, the manage is a calypsonian. Hold on, the manage is a calypsonian who I was inspired by. Age sing political song and he come out every single year, and he never reached. It never reached this proportion here, never. And Age is one of the best Caribbean writer in calypso. You're telling you. And if you ask Age, if you will say, let me ask a question. Would you sing a calypso like that? You.
Listen, that is not me. I'm not a calypsonian.
Okay, well, I am a calypsonian.
Neither would I.
Watch. You know something? I win the crown in 2006.
But that is irrelevant.
Listen to me. I win the Calypso crown in St. Vincent 2006. All right? And you know who I sing about? I sing about the same gun salve. You understand what I'm saying? I won a Calypso crown singing on gun salves.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Did anybody tell you that you can't sing about gun salves?
Nobody don't say that.
What if somebody
Listen what I'm saying again.
Hold on. What if somebody told you can't sing about Gonzales?
Nobody never tell nobody they can't sing about anybody, you know.
What if someone told you that you can't say the word Gonzales in your song? What would you have done? Would you change it? Simple question.
Listen, hey, let me tell you something.
Iper, simple question. If somebody
asks a question like that,
I have to ask you because
like that. If I say something good about Gonsalve, they're gonna tell me don't put Gonsalve in it. If I say something bad about Gonsalve, so you can ask a blanket question. Hold on. You can ask a blanket question like if somebody say you can sing about Gonsalve, you know what I saying about Gonsalve?
Iper. So you have to say something good about the politician. You have to say something good about the
elected. I didn't say anything good about him.
So then what? That's what I'm saying. If someone,
but I didn't reach that. I never reached those boundaries.
What, Iper?
I didn't reach those boundaries.
Your creativity. That's how you see the world. That's how you see things.
I'm telling you, right? If you want to have a quarrel with somebody else,
yes,
you go down the road and you meet them. You have a quarrel.
I'm not having a
calypso. Hold on, brother. Calypso is an art form. You understand what I'm saying? People must be able to take a heckle and everybody drink something when they're done. Not people being bitter about, you know something, man?
You just said you wrote a song on Ralph. You just said you wrote a song on Ralph. And
yes.
It's the same concept within the same vein as
No, listen, no. I didn't say that at all. I didn't say that. I say I sing a song about Ralph. It was adverse, but not going down them lines there. Not going down them lines there with defamation of character and all them kind of thing there. I would never be so irresponsible to do that.
listen, here's how I see, and that's the final point here. If Ralph have an issue with it, let Ralph take it to court. Let the court make the final ruling on it.
Well, we ain't allowing that to happen on our platform. You know.
It says
we not allow it happened one time through the crack, and it ain't gonna happen again.
If he says Ralph, there are 10,000 Ralph around. All right. My final point.
Yeah.
That's the case. If he says Ralph Gonzalez Prime Minister, then it's different.
That's how you look at it.
You know, you go. But listen, thanks. Great chatting with you. I appreciate your time. And we're going to continue to follow what transpired.
You know what line I love the most? Where he said, people must be able to take a heckle. So you're saying that Calypsonians have the right to heckle people, and people must be able to take the heckle, but not if you, Iper, decide that the person being heckled is Ralph Gonzalez. That's where you, Iper, draw the boundary, because he keep talking about this boundary. What is the boundary? Because all I'm gathering here is that Iper has established a boundary for Calypsonians.
Yeah. It seemed to me that there are certain things, and you could correct me there if I'm wrong. There are certain things that you don't speak about, that you don't sing about incidentally. Is that a fact? Because Scala and Beast, there are two artists in Grenada, Scala and Beast. Them man and them sing about anything. Government. Listen, Beast is a police officer. And he sings some of the most biting social commentary against the Prime Minister. And that's his boss.
No, man. Darling, that doesn't happen in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Does not happen.
Listen, Scala is a prominent secretary in the ministry, and he does sing some of the hardest biting social commentary against the same government. I'm telling you.
No, please, that doesn't happen in St. Vincent and Grenadines. In St. Vincent and Grenadines, like I said to you before, Ralph Everett Gonzalez has publicly stated that if you do not agree with his policies, not the government's policies, with his policies, he's coming for you and he's coming for your family. So there will be no Calypsonian. Iper works with the government. So when you asked that question, I really wanted to hear his answer, because obviously in his Calypso, he did not say anything but praise Ralph Gonzalez, Prime Minister. And he knows, because he's so fearful of this lawsuit. And I love the fact that he's fearful of a lawsuit, Junior, because it's what we say all the time, that Vincentians are being oppressed or voices are being suppressed. If you say anything in this country, you have to be so cautious that you do not offend Ralph Gonzalez, because you're going to hear him come to say he's going to sue you. It is always a lawsuit. It is always an impending lawsuit. And that's how he tries to shut up Vincentians, by always threatening to sue somebody. So no, Calypsonians in St. Vincent and Grenadines cannot be permanent secretaries. They definitely cannot be police officers at all, unless they're on a stage singing praises of Ralph. That's the only thing that's allowed here in this country, praises of Ralph. And I want to touch on something else that Iper said. He said, well, Diana, I could come sing on your platform. Now, I think it was last week, Iper and some others were on radio. And when they were finished, I had a good laugh at them, because somebody mentioned the fact that radio DJs in St. Vincent and Grenadines don't push Calypso. Now, my thing is this. Why do you in 2023 have to rely on a DJ to push Calypso? Sure. And a radio DJ? And Zionai's song just helped to prove my point. Because Iper, if I want to sound a little bit petty here, is behaving as though Zionai needs his tent. That if Zionai does not perform on his tent, Zionai's music would not get out. Zionai's music, that one particular song, Junior, in less than 24 hours, that song had amassed over 64,000 views on Facebook alone. I'm not checking YouTube and any other platform, just Facebook alone. And in 24 hours, it had gone past 100,000 views.
Yeah.
That's close to the population of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, women, children, and men included. That song has gone across the region, across the continent. Zionai does not need a calypso tent that possibly has 100 patrons on a good night. He doesn't. No calypso needs this. No calypsonian needs this. We would love to keep the authenticity of a carnival calypso tent. We'd love to keep that. But if you have people like Iper now telling you about these boundaries, that if you're not praising Master, you can't sing on his stage, then it is time to do what Max Walker, Imad, and some other calypso, well, Max is not a calypsonian, but Imad is a calypsonian, but it's time to do what they're thinking about doing, which is starting a virtual calypso tent. So that not only Vincentians on the ground could be involved, but Vincentians in the diaspora. And I know for a fact it's going to take off. It is going to take off. And we would get the sort of calypsos that we really and truly want, that we need. Because one thing I always say is that this present government, Ralph Gonsalves, they cannot beat the internet. They can't. Things are going to go viral because people, they resonate, the messages resonate. Zionai has won this battle, I'm convinced, because he came to give a message and his message has been heard. And anybody who has an issue with Zionai's message, then they could create a battle of their own. That's their battle. But Zionai's battle has been won.
Yeah, the truth of the fact is, Zionai at this point in time doesn't need the calypso tent.
No.
And you said it right. Artists don't need a radio station. They simply don't. And I don't know why the station, especially, well, in this case, the tent is believing that, okay, let me ban him from the tent, and that's going to be the end of him. The man is the biggest thing in the world right now. But hold on 1 second. I got a call on the line. Let me take this call. It's not going through, so I'm going to take it to my microphone. Caller, live. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Can you hear me?
Yes, we could hear you.
Right. I am very, very disappointed in Iper. Iper is a friend. I love calypso, and the tent that I follow is the Untold tent. I was in fact in the tent when this song came about. But my disappointment with Iper is beyond measure. I didn't think Iper was so, I don't want to use the real word, but he has implicated others. What he's saying Zionai sang about is not true. And I would like Dre to address the issue of poetic license that was raised by Imad, another hard-hitting calypsonian. Imad. He resides in New York. And he said some years ago, he spoke about the red jumbie. And the calypsonian people were trying to get him to stop. And he did like Zionai, where he gave the authorities one version of his song, but when he got on stage, he sang what came to him as an artist. Now, if we follow Iper and others, our traditional calypso would die. For years, and let me tell you something. When I heard Iper's song, I was disappointed. Okay? Because Iper has an experience which I expected him to talk about. For example, he was made to take the vaccine because they had deemed where he worked to be frontline workers. Weeks later, they came with an excuse to say, no, oh, they were not frontline workers, so we made a mistake. But Iper had the vaccine, and I know that Iper didn't want the vaccine. So I was looking for something like that. The other thing is, he spoke about women generally, man beating up woman. Now that is a thing in St. Vincent that we can't even control. It's gotten out of whatever. And he's singing about how men treating women and they don't deserve it. What Zion sang, to some extent, was talking about how women, young people, and every other Vincentian is being treated under this regime. There are many Ralphs, and guess what, right along? You know, I made a post on my Facebook page. Anybody I know named Ralph, I'm going to call him Raper Man Ralph. Because, no, seriously, how does Iper know? Why does Iper insert a surname in a song that the Calypsonian didn't mention? That is craziness. I'll continue to listen.
Thank you so much, caller. I'm trying to fix the Bluetooth in my device. It just went off. I don't know why. That's why I can't bring it through. But she made a lot of sense. She made a lot of sense. What's your take?
I totally agree with you. Totally agree. And I wanted to give a definition of poetic license as she suggested, but I decided to go straight to Longman's dictionary. So that if anybody's quoting me, they would quote it correctly. So according to this little dictionary I have here, it says that poetic license refers to the freedom that poets and other artists have to change facts, ignore grammar rules, etc., because what they are making is poetry or art. That sums it up. What Diana was creating was poetry with song. It is art. And so he has the right, the freedom to use his words the way he wants to use his words, not the way Iper wants him to use it. And, you know, the caller was correct. We have a situation where in St. Vincent and Grenadines, like I said to you, Junior, on a good night, a collective 10 might have 100 people there. We want to see something better happen, and that is happening because in most of the tents there is censorship because everybody's running scared of the big bad wolf. Nobody wants to be that person who is sued. Everybody's running, so nobody is able now to bring a song the way they were inspired to bring it.
Yeah,
Poetic license is being eroded, is being trampled on. That freedom almost gone.
We got another caller on the line. I'm gonna bring it down here. Caller, you live? Go right ahead.
Junior.
Hey.
Good night, Doc Howard.
Hey, yes.
Hey man, let me go fishing, man. Let me go fishing.
Yeah, man.
Junior. Hey, what's happening, right? Now, in St. Vincent, this is what pressure brings to bear and the people. And the Calypsonian is the voice of the people. And now they want to shut down the only voice that the people have at one particular time of the year. Now, it have some Calypsonians, and Iper did not say it in fact what he said. He said he sing about the Prime Minister and he win the crown with it. Mm-hmm. But it have the man who Iper addressed the biggest issue to is Errol the Managed Rose, who is one of the most prolific writers and singers of calypso anywhere in the world. And he was being forced by the Carnival Development Committee to change the word of his song in many calypso over many years. And that's an honest to goodness, truthful fact. It himself go to the point where 1 year age sing a song that them fellas smoking too, because the Prime Minister say there is this smoking and getting high and want to sing on top of he. and Age come back the next year and say, well, if they getting high and want to sing, them fellas smoking too. And that was another big hit for the manage. So it all this political party that rule in St. Vincent now, they always come out to put the foot on the voice of the Calypsonian. We had another politician in the previous administration who tried the same thing, and the Prime Minister James Mitchell tell him, no, let the man and them sing. It has a man by the name of Black Ibu who win the crown couple of years he's out of Canada now. And he sang a song that in the last administration, Vincent should bear your grinds.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hitting hard at the Prime Minister St. Vincent. Now, when the song, that same song, Vincent should bear your grinds, now the New Democratic Party, which is the party in opposition right now, when they're playing that identical song with that identical voice, you know what the Calypsonian who win the crown tell me personally with that? He said that the worst song he ever make in his life because the song is now being sung on the political party that he is supporting.
Right.
And that is how these people do the thing, Junior. And I believe you should give them the freedom. And Iper make a very, very, very big mistake. And he could get sued for it because he said, Ralph Gonsalve, and he said, Julian Francis. The Calypsonian never, ever mentioned none of them two names. He mentioned Ralph and he mentioned Julian. He never mentioned no other name in that context. He mentioned other names, but not in that context. So when he add on thing to the man name, Zion, I could now sue he for saying he put in things in his calypso where he didn't put in. That's a very, very bad mistake Iper make. And Iper is one of my good friends. And I will support him all the time. I support Calypso. I like the previous caller. I support Calypso. I love Calypso. It's my thing. I love Calypso over soca. But you have to give the Calypsonian the freedom.
Yes.
Crossing, follow the leader. You check this song out. Have a good night.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah.
Yeah, and not only did Iper name people, Iper said, if you know who thief in the bank, and if you know who doing this, like, okay. So Iper is basically, like I said before, giving a witness statement. I know who thief in the bank, and I know it's this person, I know it's... Sometimes people just need to keep quiet.
We got another call on the line. Let's take this next call. Caller, you live? Where are you calling us from?
Grenada.
Go right ahead, Grenada.
Well, cool Grenada, yes.
Yes.
Listen, this is one of the biggest. This is one of the biggest thing ever happened for St. Vincent and Grenadines in years.
No.
Exposing, saying something, singing about politics and everything that goes on in St. Vincent. I mean, the guy never called anybody straight up like that. He's an artist. He know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because he know he will be in the wrong if he call name directly. Anybody could name Ralph.
Yeah.
Anybody could name Julian.
Well, you from Carriacou, right? All he does do worse than in Parang, you know. All he does do worse than in Parang, you know.
Yeah, we sing some wicked Parang in Carriacou.
Yeah.
And we sometimes we call names.
Yeah. All you call first name, last name, children name, parents name, address.
Everything. That's the nature of Parang. So I don't understand. Right along, I don't understand why the political scenes in Carriacou and in St. Vincent behave in this way. Why they want to hush up an artist's mouth? I mean, what is the reason? What they have to hide? Everybody's seeing what's going on in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are neighbors. We know what's going on. So what if an artist put something? Look at Peace. Peace used to be singing on Kit Mitchell, raw.
Yeah.
On the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister never say one day going to sue Peace. Scholar used to sing about the Prime Minister. Who's Scholar? And Peace is a police officer.
Yeah.
Scholar is a secretary in the
Yeah, prominent secretary. Yeah.
I mean, exactly. So what is the problem in St. Vincent? they're supposed to be laughing at this. It's an artist that is performing. You can't tell the man what to sing from what not to sing. You can't hush the man up. Look, man, as according to one of the person who call in, he don't need a platform to sing his calypsonian.
Yeah.
His calypso. He could go on Facebook, YouTube, and all them things. You have other ways of getting all this his music.
Well, he gone clear already. He gone clear.
He don't have to be a no calypso tent.
Yeah, he gone clear. Yeah, man.
So this is the biggest ever happened for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let it be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to expose certain things. As long as the man ain't call names directly, he in the right. Nobody can sue him.
Yeah.
Let me see how they're gonna start this, because he never call any names. He never call anybody name. Anybody could name Ralph.
Yeah.
I have so much of Ralphs in my family, right? So all Ralphs now is rappers. So well, if Ralph Gonzalez want to take that and believe it, that the man singing on, so be it.
Yeah.
Who the cap fit, let her wear it.
Yeah.
You understand?
All right, thank you.
Man, you gotta suck up at things at times. Yeah, man.
Thanks.
Pick it up.
Yeah, man.
I
Cool.
love the art form. I love it.
Big up. Guys, again, we open up the phone line 718-701-5720. A lot of people in Grenada, I tell you, well, I know Grenada specifically. They're looking at this and they say, but what's the problem? They can't understand the real problem. To me, it's very foreign that they would take it so personal, because I've heard songs that Scholar did, and it's just a song.
But you know, the thing is, Ralph Gonzalez has been called a rapist to his face before. To his face. You know, with his security and everybody there. So, you know, thinking, well, all right, that is what should have been a problem, because somebody's speaking directly to you. That should have been a problem then, if it were to be a problem. But in relation to this song, the only person I would sue is Iper. Because here is Iper talking about, I'm not going to forget this, if you know who Ralph is, and if you know who Julian is, then, you know, there's songs about them, like,
yeah.
That is enough for me. That is it. You're saying that you know these people, and these were guilty of these things. I would swipe up.
Let's see what comes out of it. So I promise you guys a response. There was a interview that was on the eyewitness case, I believe. Anyway.
But that is from last year, though, Junior.
Oh, that was from last year.
Yeah, that was from last. We could still play it.
Okay, that was from last year. So that was him from last year, not a response. But guys, I must say that I spoke to Zion earlier today. Zion promised me tomorrow we're gonna chat. So hopefully, guys, tomorrow we have a conversation with Zion on all of these things here, because Zion is the most on demand. Yeah, this is Zion big like Kevin Little now.
Kevin is my boy. But you have to stick this one out.
Kevin, you get licks this time. Okay, so this was some
last year. You have to stick this one out.
This was some last year, guys, but I'm still gonna play. This is Zion a clip from last year. Check this out.
Tell me, but they ain't see nothing yet. It's next year. You see why I come back in the ring now? I just come to clean up things. I come to make sure that the art go forward. If I didn't come this year, Calypso wouldn't have this kind of observance as it had now. Because I came, people were able to gravitate to Calypso and pay attention to Calypso. You understand? Yeah. So this is why they had to keep me around, because they know the people paying attention to what I say. And if they think they hear lyrics, next thing, you know what I singing about next year too? The cocaine we get hold up in Greece. All them things is what I singing about. Them is the thing I singing about. Because it look like this country is a narcotic country. So when anyhow they go, I coming for them. Anyhow they go. The cocaine we get hold up in Greece. We've been in St. Vincent for so long, storing and transshipment in St. Vincent, and get hold up in Greece. These are the things that we need to sing about. You understand? The cocaine in the clinic. You understand? out in, what they call the place, oh yeah. It's because if in 2 songs, if it was 2 songs we singing, you would hear more lyrics, but some for next year. All I do is asking God forgive me life. I exposing them. What the politicians can do is what I intend to do. Because we need some sort of social change and political change in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
So again, what it is that he promised this last year. And
Yeah.
you can't blame the artist. He's calling for change. He's protesting. You can't muzzle the protesters. People need to have a voice. He's speaking for the voiceless. You can't tell him no, he can't say that. He shouldn't say that. No. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Especially for the art. You can't tell someone how to draw a picture. No, you shouldn't draw it like this. No, you shouldn't sing it like this. Disrespect.
Totally agree with you. And I can't see your comments, but I'm sure that there's somebody on your live who has said that Zaina is speaking for the people. I'm sure somebody has said that by now.
Yeah, a lot of people watching and he's speaking for them. And if the politicians, if the opposition party is not able to do it, then they leave the artist no other choice than to be the opposition. Because he said he could say things that the opposition that they can't even say, they couldn't even say.
You want me to give you a joke, Junior?
Uh-huh.
Last year, I think it was, Zai and I performed on an opposition platform. And the song that Zai and I did last year was a song called Hypocrites. I think there's a line in the song where he said something about Ole hypocrite, something, Ralph Raper police. And when he was asked to perform the song at the NDP function, is when we were made aware that he was asked not to say something. So in his performance on stage, Zai and I went, Friday say I mustn't say Ralph Raper police, all hypocrites. And I was like, what did he just say? So apparently he was asked to not say certain things on the platform and not say certain things, And then I went and he sang the song. This is my song. And even on this night when he performed, he said plainly, it's jail or the cemetery. Yeah. And people have to understand that when somebody has a conviction to do something, when you're like Zai and I, and you have a message to bring, you're going to bring that message. You're not bringing it for money. You're not bringing it for fame. You're not bringing it for a spot on a calypso finals stage. You're doing it because this is something that has been burning on your spirit and you have to get it out. And when people get to that stage, you can't stop them. True. You might not understand them, but you can't stop them. And that again is where the whole issue of your artistic expression comes. How could you stop someone from expressing what's in their soul the way it is being, manifested by the universe, so to speak? This is how it has to come out. This is how it has to come out.
Let me tell you a quick
Whether
story.
or not you understand it is.
Let me tell you a quick story. Yesterday, someone called me. Someone who said that they're a follower. They used to be a follower of my program, but they no longer follow my program. And they was outlining all the things why they no longer follow my program. Well, and that's a lie because they obviously know every program I did like every week. So of course, anyway, they went on to say that the reason why they don't follow my program is because I am too opinionated in my utterances, right? And I had to tell the person, I said, listen, this is not CNN, this is not Neighbor Network. I build this thing to be opinionated, right? This is me. If I have a conviction or dissatisfaction, something to say about somebody, I'm going to say this is my opinion. Now, everybody will not agree with my opinion, and I'm probably one of the easiest person that you could talk to. I could talk to the deepest opposition to the harshest supporter. I don't care. I could talk to everybody. But this is like almost how human beings are. They feel everything you have to say have to be positive towards what they believe. You're supposed to believe how they believe. You're supposed to talk and speak about the things that they want to hear or they want to speak about. But it's not so. It don't work so, right? And I had to tell the person, I said, listen, I'm sorry that, you no longer follow up the program, but that's not going to change me to speak about what you want me to speak about. So I see the same in Zion I, because they want him to sing about what they want him to sing about. They want him to say the word they want to say, not what he wants to say in his gut. So why should I go there and sing it on behalf of myself? It don't make no sense, because I'm sure he's not doing it to win $1 million. It's deep, a fire in your soul that needs to get out. That is creativity.
He is not.
People don't understand it.
He is definitely not doing this for any sort of props, any sort of liking, as what his David said. You're doing it for the love, not for the likes.
That's right. But listen, Iper, I said to Iper, Iper, listen, I didn't call you to interview you to fight with you, right? I think you got a little bit hot.
I didn't want to fight.
You got a little bit heated, but I keep telling him, I didn't say that you are a political stooge of the government. I just basically asked him a question. So he said, when you put out this interview, make sure you put out the whole interview. I don't want you to put out a piece of the interview. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to post the whole entire interview by Iper's requests on the platform, the whole thing, unedited and everything, straight. So you guys can go through and watch it. Iper, you asked for it, and I'm going to give it exactly as you asked. I'm going to put it out right after the
People need to be careful of the things they ask for,
But
really
Iper probably going to watch this. Probably he'll watch it and call and want to come on live to clear up things. I don't know. I'm an open door. I have an open door policy. That's me. But Adriana, thank you so much for helping me understand this Vinci vibe.
I hope I really did help. Because at some point I was very puzzled.
Yeah. No, but listen, I love my Vinci people. All my Vinci people.
And we love you.
Yeah, man. Love you, Vinci. Whenever you don't see me here, it's because I did in Vinci or Grenada, I did in Beckway, Union Island. And I'm right around there, guys. You know what I mean?
Shout me.
Yes, yeah.
We'll make it happen again.
It ain't gonna happen again. I promise you.
Good.
But it was a quick run in. It was a quick run in and run out kind of thing. But it ain't gonna happen
All
again.
right.
All right. So we'll keep in touch, all right?
All right, thanks.
All right. We'll keep in
Bye,
touch.
everyone.
All right, bye. Guys, let's take another quick commercial break, and we'll be back with some final words. Don't move.
The Miss Caribbean USA Summer Body Pageant Committee invites you and yours to New York's hottest summer fashion event. It's the Miss Caribbean USA Summer Body Pageant 2023. One night, one spacious and gorgeous location, 6 nations: Miss Grenada, Miss Panama, Miss Haiti, Miss Dominican Republic, Miss Guyana, and Miss Jamaica. Get your $40 early bird tickets on or before May 8th at eventbrite.com. Advance tickets cost $50 or you pay more at the door. Elegance, intelligence, poise, and beauty unbound. And performing live from Jamaica, DeVille. I'm thinking about you. Passionately memorable, DeVille. Baby, I'm sorry for praying. Along with New York's finest, including the Hitman, Inspector. Those up at 4 p.m., showtime 6 p.m. Be seated early at the J-Loft. 1055 East 45th Street, Brooklyn, New York. For more info, contact 754-301-1230 or email summerbodyinfo@gmail.com. Miss Caribbean USA Summer Body Pageant 2023, Sunday, 25th June. It's going to be epic.
Grenadians, Constance, and Friends of Grenada. The National Democratic Congress Support Group Canada cordially invites you to a gala event with the Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou and Piti Martinique, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, Saturday, July 1st at Bellevue Manor, 8083 Jane Street in Concord, Ontario, with cocktails from 6 p.m. and dinner at 7:30, featuring live entertainment, delegation speakers, and more. Ticket donation is $250. Proceeds go to the establishment of a party resource center in Grenada. Tickets are limited. The Honorable Deacon Mitchell, Saturday, July 1st at Bellevue Manor, 8083 Jane Street in Concord. For tickets and information, please call 647-859-4142 or 647-242-9256.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being a part of our program today. I like to say, hold on 1 second. Lord. Okay. All right. Yes. So we're going to continue to follow the story. As I said earlier, I spoke to Zion earlier today, and he promised that we'll get a chat tomorrow. So we'll see how that will work out, and then I'll let you guys know in the promo, okay? Big up to my Vincentians. Big up, big up, big up to the folks. Vinci, Caliqua. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'll be back in St. Vincent very soon, guys. I'll be back in St. Vincent very, very, very soon. Okay? On behalf of all our production team here at Ride Along Live, we want to say thank you so much. Don't forget, if you have a business and you want to advertise on Ride Along, please link us up, give us a call, inbox us, and we'll tell you how we could send your business viral. All right? If you're going Grenada for Carnival, it's all about amazing colors. Monday night mass with amazing colors. It is simply amazing. Very amazing. And you can get your packages on them right now, right? We have the t-shirt package, the frontline packages. We even have jab, guys. For my Vinci friends, I want all you to come down Grenada for Carnival, right? And when you come down, playing mass with who? Amazing colors. All my Vinci friends, we playing who with who? Amazing colors. Yeah, just find us. The mass camp is over on the Carnage, right? Look for us. But listen, we know that Carnival costumes are expensive. We know that things are happening and it's very expensive. So we have a bingo. On the 24th, guys, we have a bingo. $1,500 bingo. You could win by purchasing your ticket tonight. You go to RideBuy, RYDEBUY.com. That's the link right there. Get your tickets tonight. You're getting 3 tickets for $10 and 5 tickets for $20. Get your tickets tonight at ridebuy.com. You're getting money, Vinci Mass, Spice Mass, $1,500 virtual bingo. So even if you're in St. Vincent, you could play. It's virtual bingo. You pay $10, you get 3, and you pay $20 and you get 5. 5 bingo tickets. More chances to win. All right. So remember I was telling you guys about amazing colors. Again, Monday night mass with amazing colors. That's it right there. That's the vibe right there. That's the link right there. Amazing colors. Monday night mass. Monday night mass. Not pretty mass. Monday night mass. With amazing colors. And the costumes are what? So amazing. Yeah, costumes packages are so amazing. Get it now. Hey, big up to BashikCarnival.com. BashikCarnival.com. Pretty Mass and the folks on Bashik will be inside. All the beautiful ladies in Bashik will be playing in amazing colors. Big up the ladies in Bashik. Register right now at Bashik Carnival. BashikCarnival.com. I have a song I'm going to leave you guys with. It's a brand new music video. It's a brand new music video from Big Mitch. It's called Play Job and Winner Money. Catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks again to our executive producer extraordinaire Lois JJ, our moderator Kibbs, Deanne Fraser, and Gail Charles. Thank you guys. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace out. Ciao.
US money, Caribbean money, British money, all kind of money.
Play job. Play job.
$10 a tip, 20 from behind, 50 for a joke, and 100 for a wine. I say $10 a tip, 20 from behind, 50 for a joke, and 100 for a wine. I say play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
I come up with a solution to make the people whine. I deep inside me collection to bring back this old time style. I hear everybody saying that money run the world, so I putting up this challenge to every man, boy, woman, and girl, because it's $10 a tip, 20 from behind, 50 for a joke, and 100 for a wine. I say $10 a tip, 20 from behind, 50 for a joke, and 100 for a wine. I say play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Everybody gather, come and gather round. You could bring a partner to come and enjoy the fun. Man, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. Once you have some money, you could enjoy yourself tonight, because it's $10 a tip, 20 from behind, 50 for a joke, and 100 for a wine. I say $10 a tip, 20 from behind, 50 for a joke, and 100 for a wine. I say play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
$10,
Play job.
$20, $50,
Play job.
$100, $10,
Play job.
$20, $50,
Play job.
$100, $10 a tip, 20 from behind, 50 for a joke, and 100 for a wine. I say $10 a tip, 20 from behind, 50 for a joke, and 100 for a wine. I say play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
I come up with a solution to make the people whine. I deep inside me collection to bring back this old time style. I hear everybody saying that money run the world, so I'm putting up this challenge to every man, boy, woman, and girl, because $10 a tip, 20 from behind, 50 for a joke, and 100 for a wine. I say $10 a tip, 20 from behind, 50 for a joke, and 100 for a wine. I say play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
Play job, you go win the money.
Play job.
The Grenadian posse, the Trini posse,
Play job.
the Lucian posse, the Vinci posse,
Play job.
the Bajan posse, the Caribbean posse.
Play job. Play job.